Hello Pisces, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of December 18th through 24th. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. We're just going to look into your energies. What is the message that's coming through? What is the energy that is coming through for you today? What can we offer you about your current situation? What is the most important thing going on in your life right now? What do you need to know? Well, look at that. We've got a Sun card. This is the most beautiful 19th mystery of the tarot. Let's put that into some context using our Dove and Serpent spread. Wow, look at all these major arcana. My goodness. That is a lot of energy here today. Holy cow. We're going to do our Dove and Serpent spread. We're going to do our mystery card, but I think today we're going to use... let's just use the Rider-Waite-Smith deck as our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. These are all pre-shuffled, but we're just going to take a random card. We're not going to look at that until the very end, so stick around to the end of the video, and hopefully that will, tie the reading together or give us the confirmation that we're looking for at the very end. Okay, so, man, a lot of major arcana. Major, earth, air, fire, major, and some air. So there is, there's a lot of air here today, especially with some of these major arcana cards or some air cards. We got some air court cards, some swords. So a lot of air. So I feel like there's a lot of communication going on in your life. There's like a lot of either exchange of information or really trying to connect with other minds, with other people, I really feel like it's a week of really networking with things and just trying to make all the right connections. You know what I mean? I don't even know where to start. I'm kind of flabbergasted, I think is the word. But we started out with this Sun card, right? So I think this, your general energy this week, it's all going to be about just kind of you, being this radiant star, being this confident person, really just shining bright, getting everything done that you set your mind to, really having just an amazing week of really good health, really good energy levels, really strong confidence, really strong ability to make those connections with people, right? Really outgoing, really forward-looking, really optimistic, okay? And on top of this Sun card, we have the Star card. So these cards are quite similar in nature because they are both stars, right? But I think this goes a little bit deeper. This is kind of the manifestation of all of this spiritual energy, that all of this force and fire, this blessing, this light, all of this abundance, just from a higher plane, I think is flowing through you this week. Okay, now this is already sounding like a really mystical kind of, hocus pocus type of reading, but this really is some amazing major arcana heavyweight energy this week. And so it seems to me like this is the week for you to really figure out what your goals are and go after them. It's a real week of abundance. It's that week to just get things done. Take the cues from your intuition, from your spirit guides, guardian angel, your higher self, higher soul. Take the inspiration that you need and shine your light, right? Just be that radiant star that you are and get things done. Make your connections, make your plans and execute them. Enjoy this period of intense energy and vitality and this really sense of strength. I'm really getting this feeling you're just waking up in the morning and you just have so much energy that maybe you're not used to it and you're just why do I feel so good? You know what I mean? And I think there's just this harmony in your life right now. There's just this influx of this spiritual energy, this grace, this blessing, this abundance from the stars, right? And it's just giving you this intensity, this really strong intensity. But let's see where this is coming from and where it's going, all right? Because this is really exciting to me. In the recent past, we see the Death card. I think you have been on this conscious spiritual journey for some time. And it's interesting with Pisces because that's kind of the end of the zodiac, right? So it's in Pisces, all of the energy has been is reached its kind of the end of its path, right? It's done all of the work, and now it's just ready to kind of pop out the other side as this fresh start, this renewed energy, right? When it gets to the Aries. So in Pisces, I think you've worked to consolidate all of your energies, all of your knowledge, all of your life experiences. I think this is really a period for you of assimilating all of these energies, all of your experiences from the year, right? From your life, from the spiritual path that you've been on. I think you've really been consciously working toward this transformation, this evolution spiritually. Okay, let's bring it down to earth a little bit. I think in the recent past, you've also gone through some kind of a major change, a major event that has provided you the opportunity, really, to start again, to start over, to kind of renew yourself, right? Or to rebuild yourself, or to formulate yourself as something new now, right? You've gone through this kind of rebirthing period, I think. And it's the recent past, but, with a major arcana, you never know, because in the major arcana, time is not linear, okay? So this could be lifetimes ago, it could be last week, okay? But there was this transformation, this kind of rebirthing period where you are kind of rebuilding yourself, right? You're creating yourself new, like building up a new you, a new myth around yourself, or just kind of a new life, right? Maybe a very practical, like pragmatic kind of sense. Maybe there was a really huge shift in your life. You moved to a new city, started a new job, got out of an old situation that wasn't working for you energetically anymore. And there's some sense of rebirth, renewal, starting over, starting again, okay? I think that's kind of what you're coming off of now, and you're really shining. I mean, it really has created such tremendous benefits in your life. With that sun card, that star card, it's all radiance, right? You're receiving the kind of the starlight from above, and you're shining out your own light from within, right? So it's just kind of, you're just like a conduit kind of for this spiritual energy. It's really an amazing feeling right now, and I hope that you're feeling that kind of energy, that surge of light and grace and blessing and vitality. I think it's something that you have kind of done alone, right? I think obviously it seems like a very personal thing, right? It seems like a very kind of solitary experience, right? Just something that we don't really talk about, but others do experience it through our actions and through our aura, through our energy. But it's not something that we really like talk about the details of so much. But I think that you are ultimately a kind of solitary person, right? Now, we said at the beginning that this is going to be a reading about trying to make connections and network and really like branch out and reach out to other people to make like the intellectual connections or the psychic connections with people, right? And that doesn't change the fact that I think deep down in your nature, you're kind of a loner, right? You're kind of a lone wolf. You just you enjoy your solitude. You appreciate your solitude. Okay, hermit energy. Hermit mode for sure is at least your unconscious kind of tendency or preference, right? And I can relate to that. I'm the same way, right? If I let my kind of inner self dictate things, I would be just like a hermit or a monk on a mountain, right? So there is this drive, this tendency, like that's what your inner self kind of wants, is this solitude. And I think the solitude is really the opportunity or the environment wherein you can consolidate all of your life experience, all of your energies, and really kind of crystallize all of this like Pisces energy. Because Pisces is like taking all of the energy from all of the other signs and you crystallize it. And then you get ready for the new dawn. You get ready for that Aries energy when things kind of start again, okay? And I think this is kind of going on within you, and that's related to that death card. And I think the hermit mode for you is that time where you can kind of retire within yourself. You have that kind of solitude, even if you lead a very busy life, right? You can still find solitude even in a crowded room, okay? And that's where you consolidate your light. That's where you really like check in with your spirit guides, check in with your true self, have that, knowledge and conversation with your guardian angel, That's in those moments of solitude, even if you have a busy life, okay? I'm going to try to slow down a little bit because I'm feeling some of this energy, and it's very intense. Now, what we see at the top of the path of the dove is this 10 of swords, okay? So I feel like this is your conscious awareness of this idea of networking, okay? About this kind of wanting to reach out intellectually or psychically, or communicating with other entities, beings, other souls, other people on a practical level. But this in some ways is also your conscious mind trying to not do that. You know what I mean? So this is the 10 of swords. It's like you want to extend yourself out to other people, but at the same time you're kind of talking yourself out of it a little bit, or you're already convinced that it's not going to work, or it's not going to be of any benefit, or that you don't really want to do that. You know what I mean? So it's interesting here with all of this amazing, positive, major arcana, heavyweight energy that we see still in the conscious communication, in your conscious mind. There's still a little bit of this reluctance to reach out to people. Okay. But I think this is what you're focused on. Maybe you see this as like, this is your challenge in life, right? This is kind of overcoming this, social anxiety or something, this reluctance to reach out and connect with people, is that kind of mountain that you're looking at that you need to climb now. So it's kind of, it's in front of you consciously, and you can see it and you're aware of it. What we see in the immediate future is a 2. So this right there with that swords energy, right? This is kind of like you have to make the choice. Are you going to climb this mountain, or are you going to go the other way and kind of stay on the bottom of the mountain and stay in that hermit mode, right? So these two cards, the 10 of swords and the hermit, these are at opposite ends on the path of the dove, right? On the vertical axis, they're at opposite ends. So on the one hand, it's like, I'm going to stay where I'm at and just kind of keep to my solitude, or I'm going to branch out, I'm going to reach out, I'm going to climb that mountain of, like kind of my most uncomfortable, my biggest fear, right? That whatever that mountain is, like reaching out to other people and really putting yourself out there to make those connections. So there's that kind of opposite ends of the pole there. And then to come between them is this 2 of swords. It is like a choice between the two, right? You can't kind of live both paths at the same time. That doesn't change what I said about still finding solitude in a crowded room. Okay, that's a different type of energy than what I'm referring to here. Is kind of, whether you should extend yourself, whether you should reach out, branch out, make the connections, network, even though it's something that you don't really want to do, something that's hasn't really been your conscious nature to do that, right? It's not your immediate like impulse to just go out and be social like that and make these connections. So there is that choice. There is that kind of decision of, which path are you going to take? Are you going to face this kind of fear or this anxiety, or are you going to not? Okay. So this is the immediate future. I think since it is the immediate future, I think there is going to be a moment where you have to kind of make that split decision, right? There might be some event, some circumstances coming up in your life where you have to think quickly and decide quickly, all right, am I going to take advantage of these opportunities? Am I going to put myself out there and network? Or am I going to choose to stay in the hermit mode? And I think if it's I don't know. Looking at these other cards, I don't know if it's a job opportunity, if it's an opportunity for just some kind of a new relationship, new partnership, a new romance, something like that. But there's going to be that moment where you have to make a quick decision, either act or don't act, right? Let's move over to the path of the serpent now, because maybe we can figure out a little bit of what's going on with that decision, that event that may happen here. First of all, your immediate energy, your general energy, is this this Knight of Wands, and I think this really is that kind of that passion, that fire that you feel, this desire, this enthusiasm, right? I think this is all of this starlight, because what is starlight ultimately but the fire that's burning within these, spheres of molten rock and gas and whatever else. And so that fire is the manifested energy from these major arcana, right? And so I think you're feeling this in the physical world, in your physical body. Like I said, you kind of wake up and you just feel like, God, I feel like strong today. I feel like I've got a lot of energy today. And this is that fire, that motivation, that enthusiasm and passion that really wants you to charge right up this mountain and do whatever this kind of intimidating, this really imposing feat is. Okay, this is that motivation that gets you like just ready to go. Like you hit the ground running. You wake up in the morning and you're already 100 miles an hour. It's that intense energy. But then those swords, your conscious mind kind of starts to change, starts to argue with itself a little bit, starts to try to convince this Knight of Wands, hey, slow down, no, let's rethink this, okay? And a lot of the sword's energy is kind of our minds interfering with our will, our energy in this instance, or with our heart in other instances. But we don't see a lot of water here, okay? We don't see a lot of water energy in this reading. So it's either, because you are Pisces, you are a water sign, I wonder if the water thing is kind of not an issue. If it, it's already, don't even have to think about that. Like the emotional life, your emotional connections maybe are very satisfied. Your things, there's no need to have that energy here. Maybe this mystery card is going to be some water that we just aren't seeing now, okay? So I don't know right now why there is a lack of water here. But it could be that all of this air energy, this big mountain that is in front of you, that you are really just about ready to start charging up that mountain. I mean, even the Knight of Wands looks like he's kind of charging up that mountain. Maybe at the top of that mountain is going to be some water, right? Maybe that's kind of where you're headed with all of this. In terms of your relationships as they are now, we have some air, right? We have this Knight of Swords, so it's the same Knight fire energy that we have here, but this is in the intellectual fire, right? So I think that this is your intelligence, this is your confidence, this is your, I think, real charm and eloquence, that you have completely this opportunity, this capability. Everything looks like it should be there for you to make these really intense, strong connections with people on the intellectual, on the psychic level, right? But for some reason, the prospect of that seems intimidating. And I don't know why there's this kind of irreconcilable energy here, okay? So that's something maybe we can explore next week. Maybe you can leave me some comments and let me know what you think about it. Maybe that confirmation card, that mystery card, is going to give us the clue. Maybe it's in the extended reading. I don't know. So there is everything is there for this to happen. Okay. Everything is you have the motivation, like I said, the charm, the intelligence, the eloquence. You're, I think, a very good communicator. There's just this dynamic between the branching out and the hermit mode. The next card we see is maybe the clue that we're looking for. This is a Two of Discs. This is change. This is in the position of your fears, worries, concerns. Are you afraid of change? Are you afraid of getting out of this, of your your solitude here, right? Like, you like to kind of be consolidated within yourself, right? You like to be, you like to have your solitude even in your busy life, even in the crowded room. And I wonder if that is because of this fear of change. This may be a fear of letting people in, fear of kind of disturbing the nice setup you got now, right? The nice routine, the nice life that you have now, right? The physical plane stuff. You don't want to disturb that. You don't want to upset the flow of your energies as they're manifesting in the real world right now, right? So very simply, fear of change. But what we see next, with this fear of change, if you can kind of use this fiery energy to just kind of hop over that fear of change, you get right to this Lover's card, okay? Now, this is some air energy. This is like the air energy that is choosing love, right? Because the Lover's card's about choice, right? Everyone thinks, oh, it's about a new relationship. It's coming, new romance. You're going to fall in love. Yeah, maybe. Maybe this will be some water energy over here that'll say, yeah, maybe you are going to fall in love with someone or something. But deeper than that, this is about choosing love. This is about choosing what is the path for you that's going to lead to the most love, success, harmony, happiness for you, right? And maybe it's about this choice of hermit mode versus branching out. Maybe that's the choice that you're making here. See, we have the Two of Swords here. So I feel like that's already kind of, you're already going to have to choose that. There's going to be some situation in the near future where you're going to have to make that kind of instant choice, okay? But maybe that instant choice could lead you closer to this love, this harmony, satisfaction, joy, pleasure, happiness, right? So are you going to choose the path, right, hermit mode or branching out, that's going to lead you here to this kind of ideal love situation? Not necessarily romantic, okay? This could be a relationship with yourself, with your higher powers, with deity, God, goddess, universal energy, universal mind, guardian angel, spirit guides, whatever. Could be with another person, could be that ideal romantic relationship, could be literally falling in love with someone and you made the right choice that led you here. Or this could be making the right choice that leads you to a more intimate bond with the work that you're doing, with your passionate, creative energy, and with whatever it is that's going to bring you the most joy and happiness in life, right? The choice needs to be made based on that, not based on what your insecurities tell you or what your kind of rational mind tries to convince you of. No, it's, to be brutally honest with yourself and say, what is the path that has the most heart for me? What choice is going to lead me directly to my ultimate happiness, my ultimate goal, beyond all of my, beyond my personality, right? Beyond my insecurities, my fears, worries, beyond what my conscious mind thinks it wants, right? Beyond all of that, beyond our personality energy. What is it that you really want? What is it that's going to be this kind of perfect union for you? Let's find out with that mystery card, okay? Let's find out what that is. Again, we're using the Rider-Waite-Smith for the mystery card today. This could be some Empress energy. It could be, it could be that Ace of Cups that we were talking about. If we saw some water energy, could be that Nine of Cups, right? That happiness. It could be many things. Well, it's a princess, or a page in this case, a Page of Cups. Now, I think that this may be, the beginning of something along those lines, those emotional lines, right? Because we didn't see any water here, right? So that either told me that, one, all of your water energy is just perfectly fine. There's no need to talk about it. Or it's not existent at all. It's not here, right? So it's not something that you're experiencing in life. There's that a little bit of a lack. Now, I don't want to be too extreme with what I say, but I feel like there's a lack of the emotional connection, the deeper meaning with things right now. And that could be what all of this major arcana, all this transformation, all of this choice is really leading you toward, is the beginning of these emotional connections, branching out, reaching out, networking, right? Doing what's kind of uncomfortable, because your ultimate goal is perfect union, perfect happiness, the ideal kind of relationship between you and the world, okay? In a very general sense, between you and what is not you, you and everything else. You want there to be this love, this happiness, this harmony. This is the beginning of that. This is the pages, or the princesses in the Thoth deck, are the beginning stages. They're just kind of learning the ropes, right? The page is just someone not quite a knight yet, right? Still just kind of learning how to do it. And this is that the meaning, the emotional connection, the joy, the happiness, the love, the heart. And I think this is the first step with that kind of love, that water energy, that's going to lead you toward this perfect, harmonious relationship between you and everything else. I think it's going to begin. It's going to begin with these kind of baby steps. You're just going to have to dip your toe in the water, so to speak, and start to find meaning. Start to overcome a little bit of this apprehension or anxiety, to reach out, branch out, and start to find those meaningful connections. Start slow. You know, this isn't a knight or a king of wands like we have here. This is the Page of Cups, Princess of Cups. Baby steps. Just kind of learning the ropes, learning how to kind of behave, learning how to develop these watery feelings, these connections, these deeper meanings with things. And I think you have to choose this in a practical sense, right? Because the Two of Swords, this is like the practical choice that you have to make, right? This is more kind of grounded, more mundane, more kind of day-to-day. You got to make that choice. You've got to choose the path that's going to be the first step toward that deeper meaning, toward that love energy, right? And this is kind of the more abstract version of this. Okay, is that making any sense? So this is the more concrete, the more day-to-day, the more practical side of it. Okay, and I think this is a really wonderful confirmation again. I think this is, really showing that it clarified the lack of cups, lack of water energy that we saw in the reading today. Okay, because I was wondering why don't we have any water here? We have everything else, and everything else seems to be really intense, really strong. Okay, but there's that water, not there, but we have it now. We have it now. We're starting to get it slowly, step by step. All right, you got to take the first step. Anyway, Pisces, thank you so much. This was really a wonderful opportunity for me to read for you, and I thank you. We're going to take a look in the extended just a little bit more. Maybe we'll use this Page of Cups as our starting point in the extended. If you want to become a member to the channel, you can click on the link down in the description box. It's a great way to support the channel. I really do appreciate all of the love. I also do personal readings. The information for that is also in the description box. This was your weekly tarot reading for December 18th through 24th, and I'll see you soon.